What's up, guys? Warnick Revolution here, back at you with another video. And today we've got a clock in front of us. It's an interesting clock for sure, and it's a rare clock, which I did not know when I purchased it, which is fine. I found this at a really good deal, guys. I found this clock at a thrift store for $10. $10 freaking dollars. Anyways, $10 is incredibly cheap for this because it's rare. I didn't know it was rare at the time. I just like the clock. It's a cool clock. And usually when I get clocks for cheap, that's what I actually collect is like alarm clocks. And I thought this was an alarm clock, but it's not. And Philco, the company who made this, it's Philco. The history of that name is like the guy who started Philco was named Phil. So it's like Phil Company, basically. Anyways, the history on this one is it was made in 1931. So in the Depression years. So during the 1929 stock market crash, where no one had any money, it was the Great Depression. Everyone was out of work. I'll throw some photos on the screen of like bread lines and stuff, so you'll get a better understanding of when this was sold. They were trying to sell this, Philco was, originally in 1931 when it came out, for $15. Some people say it's $17.50. And they've got these original ads that I'll put on the screen too, of what they wanted for this thing. $17.50 or something, which is a ridiculous price for something like this. Because what this is kind of interesting on its own. If you plug this thing into the wall. It's got a plug on it, so it's electrified. It's hard to find clocks electrified from the 30s because electricity was barely invented. Anyways, so this was made in 1931 as a radio add-on. What it did was you could set it, so you could set a timer on this clock, and on the back of this. So you'd plug this into the wall, then you plug your radio, your 1930s floor radio, into the back of this. Set the timer using this knob and this button. That would start your timer. And then with just a switch of an on and off button, you'd switch it on. It's not plugged in now, so you can't like actually hear it turn on or anything. But this is a rare piece for sure. And here's why. So in 1931, they made these. They tried to sell them for $17.50, but it was the Great Depression, so they couldn't get any money out of them. And it was kind of like a radio add-on for like the super rich. This is glass, by the way. This is not plastic. They didn't make like clear plastic like this back in the 30s. So that's glass. It's in really good shape. The face of this is in good shape. You plug it in, it turns on, which is just awesome. The tubes warm up. I might have to do some tinkering with it to get it running. And I need a 30s radio to even make it test it on things. Anyways, so that's not the point. The point is, this is a timer that you could set it for like 1 o'clock or something like that. Say that. So you set it, and then you on the on side, and then it turns off by itself. So you can set it for a certain time on when it turns on your radio by itself. And it also turns off your radio at a certain set time. So kind of like revolutionary in the day, like a really cool piece of technology for 1931. But what happened was they couldn't sell any of these in 1931 because of the Great Depression. So anyways, they sold this as an add-on, like a freebie, in 1932. So if you purchased a regular floor radio, which is probably like a couple $100, which like most of Americans couldn't buy, you had to be extremely wealthy to even buy a radio in the 30s. But anyways, you'd get this as a free add-on in 1932. They made these in 1931, but they got rid of them in 1932. I knew this was old, and I knew this was kind of valuable because it says patents pending. So this is what it's called, a Philco radio clock. It's not a radio clock, though. It's a timer that you hook up to your radio that sets off your radio at a certain time. Use only on 60 cycle, 115 volt alternating current and in connection with devices consuming not over 30 amperes. So it's made in Philadelphia, made in the USA, made in 1931, and it's got these original little filt things on the bottom, and then the screws that screw the mechanism into the casing. The casing is completely made out of wood. We've got a glass face. We got a metal face with a glass cover over the top. Nicely painted numbers on here. It's just in really good shape. There is a small crack right here, but I only saw one eBay sold listing of this, and I think it sold in like March or something like that of 2021. It sold for $80, and someone was too weak not to try a cord. So this cord looks sketchy, but I've tried sketchier cords, guys, because I just do not care if I get electrocuted. Anyways, that's another story. But anyways, there's these knobs on the side, right? There's these knobs on the side, and that's how you set the time. So I'm moving the on one right now. This is like at night. It's black, but there's little numbers on it. And then it changes to a white color, and that's like in the AM, that's the day. And then it's the same thing with this one. There's a knob on this side, and you can change it to set it to when it goes off. So you're turning your radio on and off by itself with this amazing 1930s technology. So if you don't understand why I like antiques, this is why. Weird things like this that we're trying to make life in the 30s simpler and easier. It's just fascinating to me. So I opened up the back of this, and it's got some kind of mechanism in it, and everything's turning. Well, you plug this in, it starts humming. Actually, I think I'm going to do that right now. Let me just plug that in for you. You hear that? You hear it turn on? Let's get closer so you can hear it better. So the tubes are warming up in there. It's not exactly a radio, but it's not exactly a clock either. It's a weird item that's rare. So the eBay selling, someone didn't test the cord and they sold it for $70. I don't think people know these exist, so I have no idea what this is worth. Mine turns on, it hums and everything. I haven't really tested it because I don't have a 1930s radio to test it on. I went on Marketplace to see if I could someone about using their radio that they're selling. They're like, hey, I want $200 for this 30s radio that works and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't want your radio. I just want to test my device on it. And they're like, what are you talking about, device? And I'm like, there's this timer thing I bought, and I want to test it on your radio. And they're like, oh, okay, well, I want to sell my radio, so you're going to have to give me money for my radio. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. Turns out my uncle actually owns a 1930s radio that he got from my great-grandfather. So, I know, okay, so this is the part that looks sketchy. This cord right here, it's kind of frayed. But these cords they made to last a long time. So this is radio clock thing is like 90 years old. 1931. 90 years old. And it's turning on, and it's fine and everything. So what else you can do with this, too, if you don't have a radio, is you can plug it into a 1930s lamp. And I just so happen to have a 1930s lamp. So I'm going to go get that real quick, and I'll plug it into the back of this, and I'll show you that this thing, with its current can go through the cord of the lamp and turn on the light. It's really cool, guys. Super cool. I just wanted to test this on a radio to see how much this thing is actually worth, because it's working, you know? Anyways, I'll be right back, and I'll show you that. So, guys, I have my 1930s lamp right here. I'm using a light I actually got for free that's been working for 10 years straight. But anyways, this light, let me plug it in real quick. So you can see, you don't need this whatever to turn on this lamp. This lamp is really nice looking. I bought it because I liked it. It was cool. I knew it was 30s when I bought it because I just know things. So the light's off right now. I turned my light off. So it's got this really cool original glass shade on it. And then it's got this brass copperly molded body of it. It's a lighthouse with a lighthouse keeper. But anyways, that's not important. What's important is I just plugged in this lamp to my power outlet, and it works perfectly fine. Good light, good bulb, original shade, original lamp base. That's what you want with any kind of collectibles. You want the original everything as much as possible. If you alter something, people won't give you as much money for it. You want original everything. I can't stress that enough. But anyways, I'm going to plug this lamp into the back of this radio, and it's going to illuminate this bulb. Anyways, let me unplug that real quick. Okay, so I unplugged that. Obviously, it's off now. But my radio thing is still humming. So that's what you want to see. Anyways, let me just... Okay, so the back of this, you can't even see this right now, but I plug it into the back of the radio. You see how it's plugged in? And the light just came on. So this thing is working perfectly fine. The person on eBay that sold their version for $70, they have no idea if it runs or not. And they probably don't even have it anymore because they had to ship it out. But that works perfectly fine. So this is the lamp I have at the moment. It works really well. Bam, just like modern grade stuff. But I got this for free at this college fair. I won like a drawing or something, so I got this light for free, and I've been using it for 10 years, and it hasn't conked out on me. This is 90 years old. That is 90 years old, and it still works. That's the importance of antiques. The time period they just made things to last, and that's why I like antiques. They made things to last. They made this to last. They made this to last. And then this light, it's not even that old, but it's working really well. I'm going to keep buying from this company because they make good stuff. But anyways, that's not important. What's important is, let me turn that off. There we go. See, maybe a little bit. It'll be a little light so you can see better. But anyways, I'm probably going to have to explain this in a different video because this video is kind of long at this point. I think it's like 11 minutes long. But original is better. When you're buying antiques, make sure it is as original as possible. This is the original cord that came with this. It's very decorative style chain cord. That turns it on and off, just like that. Just got to pull on it. So another thing about this too is that it's got the original felt on the bottom. I mean, yeah, it's worn out for sure because it's 90 years old, but it's got that original on it. Original cord, original base, original shade, original piece right here. I don't even know what that's called. If I ever had to rewire this though, I know a dealer who rewires lamps, but he mostly does 60s mid-century lamps because those sell for a lot of money. Mid-century lamps are like super hot right now. Mid-century anything is really hot right now. So like 1950s, 60s time frame. Anyways, I bought this lamp because I liked it. I bought it for $80. I bought this for $10. Sometimes you get better deals on stuff, sometimes you don't. I'm not sure if this is actually retail for this or not. I haven't researched it. But this is worth $70 broken. So what is it worth working? I have no idea. Really no idea. There's not a lot of information out there on these because they only made them for 1 year, patent pending, and then they didn't make a lot of them because of the Great Depression and no one could afford them. So they gave them away for free with people that bought radios in 1932. So I can't imagine there's a lot of them out there because not a lot of people had the money to pay for radios in 1932. Big floor model radios that probably cost like, I don't know, like $100, maybe $50. I don't really know. I'll have to look into that. But the sales thing, I'll probably put a picture right here of it, says buy this new PX90 floor radio and you get one of these things for free. It's like, add-on bonus type thing. Anyways, that's really cool. But like these aren't around, and no one has very much information on them besides like everyone having to do with radios. I think it was like tubelandradio.com that told me all the information about this, and I think that's really cool. What I do a lot of the time, I do collect things, but not a lot of things. I find things out about what things are worth, research them for a few days, and then I sell them for more money than I paid for them. That's what I do. I'm an antiques dealer that sells on Facebook Marketplace. So I'm currently selling things on Facebook Marketplace. I've got my own Discord server so you can get to know me better. So if you guys just want to buy things from me that you think are really cool, like this is really cool, that's really cool. If you see something that I have that you like, all you have to do is go to Discord, talk to me for a bit, know that I'm a good person. And you probably know I'm a good person already because of watching me do coin videos all this time. But this is what I did when I was 16, 17 years old. I've been out of it for a while, but I still know what I'm doing. I can still date things just by looking at them. Anyways, that's not the point. The point is, if you want anything I have, it's always for sale. Depends on what it is, of course. If I show you something that I say isn't for sale, you'll know about it. So this, I think I'm going to hold on to this for a bit because I don't know that much information for it. That lamp is for sale. Anyone that wants it, message me on Discord. But anyways, you could email me too. The email is in the About channel or the About section of my YouTube channel, or I could just link it down below this video in the description. I'll probably do that. And I'll also link the invite to my Discord so you can just talk to me that way too. Depends on you. This is what we're doing on the channel now. More videos every day, like I said. But coins though. Whenever I see coins for a good deal at a garage sale or a yard sale or estate sale or whatever, I'm going to buy them. And then I'm going to sell them to you guys for good deals because you're my subscribers, and that's great. People that don't get good deals are people I have no idea who they are on Marketplace that want my stuff. They don't get good deals. They get retail prices. I sell like just below retails to my friends. So if you're a friend of mine, if you're a subscriber, you get a better deal. That's just how it is. Anyways, yeah, that's what my business is now. That's what I do all day long is sell antiques. So if you're interested in any of that, any antique stuff that I have, you're interested in antiques, to talk about antiques on Discord, you can join Discord. It's completely free to use. My Discord server is free to join, and it's like the best way to learn more about antiques if you're just interested in general. You collect a certain item. There's different chats you can talk about in there. But yeah, the very, very short video today. We're not doing anything coin related at the moment. But coin videos, we're going to make a video every single day, for sure, for as long as I can. And I'll do coin videos like every other day. And maybe like a live stream going through collections that I have because I have to sort through a bunch of coins. And I'll probably do those as live streams. So if you're still interested in coins, hey, don't unsubscribe or anything. We're still going to do coins. We're just also going to do antiques too. Because that's what I'm the most passionate about is, well, coins and antiques. But coins and antiques are like the same thing, technically. I mean, is this considered an antique? Yes, it is. You know why? Because it's from like 1867. That's like 170 years old? Something like that. I'm terrible at math, so someone correct me in the comments. But coins are antiques. Antiques are antiques. You get it. All right. Anyways, I've talked too much already. Thank you for subscribing. Thanks for liking, sharing, subscribing, everything like that. You guys are awesome. See you guys in the next video. Peace.